We just launched our TikTok shop, so I figured now is the perfect time to show you how to use our best-selling car fresheners. Each car freshener comes filled with a bottle full of fragrance oil, a wooden cap, and a string. The first thing you need to do is screw the cap off until you see a little plastic stopper. I like to remove our plastic stopper with scissors because I just find that's easiest. Once the stopper is removed, you can put the lid back on your car freshener and head to your car. You're going to tie the car freshener up and give it that tilt, and you'll start to see the oil come through and your car will start to smell amazing. Once you're done, you can just tip it again whenever you need some added scent, and just like that, you have a new car freshener.
哎，你这车可以呀，这什么车呀？奔驰迈巴赫又出新款了吗？
没有，这个是我们私人定制的上面我加高了20公分的高顶呢，而且还带天窗，还带顶灯的，是不是比以前更加的大气了？
那你这座椅倒是装能上路吗？不合法吧？
你说这个呀，你看这不就好了吗？这个呀，带360度旋转的。
那你这车空间呢是大挺多，比我的原车都大啊！
是的，比阿尔法呀还要大一圈呢。另外呀，前面都碾压阿尔法，这个呢就是新款 S 级的仪表台啊，是不是特别的霸气漂亮啊？全单超你都找不到一台啊！就我这个主动式氛围灯啊，就可以碾压所有商务车了。开门的话是红色流水氛围灯，关门直接变成蓝色多色氛围灯。根据温度可以跳舞的氛围灯啊，升温呢就是红色，降温呢就是蓝色。看一下这个效果啊！改车我们是用心的，一车一风格，一车一批发，改一台车就交一个朋友，工作就是修行。
Hello from the port of Copenhagen. This is the beautiful sailing vessel, the Lilla Dan. When I started as a cadet in 1992, I was sailing on this training vessel, and I was all the top of the mast. It was a fantastic experience, and every time I walk here, I pass by and say hello to her. Have a nice day.
I recently learned a pretty interesting trick to prevent light bleed whenever you're installing some of these Alumisthetic boards, and I can show you it using this board. The Cherry Blossom board is actually going to be installed over here, so we'll have to install some LEDs real quick. So with a few LEDs installed, we can now install some foam tape on the back of this panel. The halo, I actually put it on the housing, but I think I'm going to try to put it on the panel this time so that I can put it right up next to the diffused part. Since I don't exactly know where this is going to sit yet, I'm going to trim it up, make it a little thinner, and stick it on here. This is a good example of the light bleed that I was talking about. So underneath the panel right here, you can see it right up until about here because that's where the foam stops. There is some up here just because it's not fully on there yet. I do need to get this right here. Okay, the light bleed is figured out, but one thing I cannot stand are these dotted LEDs shining through the diffuser. I unfortunately don't have any of the close-spaced LEDs, so I'm gonna have to go buy some.
The latest update in the Hyundai Kia theft saga, they have ran out of parts to fix the cars. To take a few steps back and start at the beginning of this story, during the summer of 2022, it was widely publicized that certain Hyundai and Kia models had a major design flaw that would allow them to be started without the key. All you really needed was a USB cord and a little bit of know-how. And this became a little bit of a viral trend with people like the Kia boys. Where this story really caught my attention was when car insurance companies started refusing coverage to new customers on those certain Kia and Hyundai models if they lived in a high theft city. Hyundai and Kia did respond to the controversy by offering a vehicle immobilizer that would help prevent theft, but it would have to be installed at a dealership. But for a lot of people, that just wasn't good enough. So a bunch of cities across the United States are now suing Kia and Hyundai, claiming that they cut corners during the production of these cars. In the meantime, for the cars that have been stolen, there is a major backlog on the parts required to fix them. Generally speaking, when that happens to one of these cars, there's going to be a few different things that need to be replaced. Typically, it's going to be glass, interior plastics, but the big thing are ignition lock cylinders. Lock cylinders aren't like other parts in cars like fenders or bumpers that they anticipate having to replace a high number of. But because of all of those thefts, they are in extremely high demand and people are waiting 3 or 4 months for what should be a fairly straightforward repair.
Así se deja Francisco la puerta del coche. Madre. Y dice, eso es que nos han robado. Y digo, no, eso es que te has dejado tú la puerta abierta, hermoso. ¿De verdad? De verdad. Sí, no se han llevado ni mi botella de agua. Mi Stanley. Ni las cajas de Amazon, ni el carrito de William. Hasta el iPad de William estaba en el coche. Maíta, Francisquito.
Yo es que sé que estás súper seguro, ni me preocupo por cerrar la puerta.
De verdad.
Yo fue.
Дымятся, подружки скучают, да. Они считают, что достаточно тепла не получают.
Con su carácter y su estilo, seriedad en el trabajo, ese aporte lo marcó.
Bounce when she walk, then bounce when she walk, bounce when she walk, clap when she walk, clap when she walk, clap when she walk, clap when she walk. She shaking ass everywhere, ass everywhere.